Hey, Abby, what's up? Hey, what's going on, Alex? Adonis Plays, what's up, bro? Lisa, the party here. The party is here early this time. Yeah, you're early. You guys probably want to stay around. I'm just waiting for people. I have a surprise for you guys. So you guys should probably want to stay around and actually wait for that to happen. You guys, you gotta wait. I got something to play. Hey, Lision, what's up? Actually, I just saw your comment. Hey, Arctic Knight, what's going on? KBMXD, you saw Wonder Woman on Monday. Awesome. Wait for some more people to come in here. I don't want this live stream's not gonna be too long. But we're gonna get into this thing, man. Abby, you subscribed 2 days ago. Thank you. If you hear something from my phone, it's just me just trying to, oh shoot. I just realized how loud the music is on your guys' end. Ooh, let me turn that down. Ooh, I just realized how loud that music was. Yeah, I'm using my PC, Alex. You saw Wonder Woman twice. Yeah, man, we're going to get into the conversations, man. It's not that loud? Oh, okay. Still turned it down, though, just in case. Wait for a little bit more people to come in. Yo, what's up, Amuse? Oh, yeah, it's late. Yeah, it's pretty late over here, too, by me. But, you know, I wanted to do. Actually, I came back from Wonder Woman a couple hours ago from seeing it again a second time. I didn't get to go as much as I want to. I'm definitely trying to go a couple more times this week, hopefully. What mic do I use? This is a Sennheiser. I forgot which one this is. E35. Sennheiser E35. Arctic, I did see the Black Lightning trailer. I reacted to it with a couple of my friends. All right, so hey, Johnny, what's going on? Kevin Houston says, "I love the videos. Keep the good word." Thank you. I was gonna make a video, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to talk about it. Oh, you like it? Yeah, it's a pretty good mic. I'm actually using my DSLR as a webcam, right? I'm using my main camera that I record with as a webcam, opposed to using my actual webcam because I wanted to get a good video quality for this. So yeah, is this the new PC or old one? This is the new one. This is the new PC. Music by Lakey Inspired. You already know it all day. Believe it or not, I still didn't get to the Arrow finale yet. All right, guys. All right, so let's see how much people we have in here, and then we're going to start this conversation, man. We got 17 people. Okay, well, whoever sees this later will see this later. I want to start on time. So let me get this music down. So I kind of made a little, ooh, get this off, yeah. I kind of made a cool video thing to play before the actual review. So I'm going to play that right now. It's kind of like a trailer. I'm going to play that so you guys can see it. And then we're going to talk about it because I definitely want you guys to see this, man. Finally, no more struggle streams. I may do them for fun, though, just on occasion, just in case some people wanted to, see more struggles. I guess we could do that for later, for later occasions. But let me go ahead and play this video so you guys can see this, okay? Here's the video I made a little bit earlier. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go.
After all the reactions, after all the discussions, after all the hype,
yes! Yes!
After all the blood, sweat, and tears, except for the blood part, but I said it anyway because it sounds cool. Every single moment has led to this. The movie that touches hearts and makes grown men cry with every action sequence. The movie that enlightens, inspires, revives. The daughter of Hippolyta has arrived. Wonder Woman.
Hey! Oh man, what do you guys think about that, man? What do you guys think about that? Huh? Did you guys enjoy that? It took me like how much you've seen it. How could you have seen it? I legit just made it like a couple hours before this. Oh man. Tonku, greetings. Oh man, I hope you didn't you probably just missed the little thing. You probably just missed the little video, but you can watch it later, man. Ryan02 said fire. Yeah, I made it in like how many minutes? It took me. I had to go back on my Mac to make that because I had this idea for the spoiler review. I had to go back on my Mac to edit that through Final Cut Pro. Because I'm still trying to get through the kinks of Premiere Pro and all that kind of stuff, man. Tonku, you saw it. Hey, okay, cool. Peace out, Abby. You just got here. We didn't even start talking about the movie yet. But we're about to start now. So, basic recap on the film. Get the music back up right quick. Man, get the music back up right quick. Yeah. So, basic recap on the film, man. I'll answer all questions a little bit later. Let me just get into this conversation really quickly because I don't want this video to be too long. But let me just get into this convo. Okay, great. And before I start, guys, can we get 20 likes? As a matter of fact, let's get 20 likes on this video. When we get 20 likes, that's when I'll start the review. Abby, you say you're joking? Oh, okay. Little jokester, you. Jimmy, we're not talking about the Flash right now, as you can see by the title of this video. So, all Flash questions will and forever will be ignored during this entire stream because we're not talking about that right now. Yeah, let's get 20 likes on this video and I will start the review, man. We ain't gonna do no review until we get 20 likes. All right. This music is from Slander Scamming for Likes. Hey, man, if you want to call it that. Yeah, music is by Lakey Inspired. Link is in the description box below. If you want to check him out, please go over to his SoundCloud and support him. He uses a lot of the money. I use a lot of his music in my videos. Pretty much every video I use, music is primarily from him. So if you guys want to check him out, please go ahead and talk it to him. Rockstar Games. I have no clue what drugs you're on, but that comment you said makes 0 sense. Because The Flash is not better than Wonder Woman. I'm sorry about that. As far as the show to movie is concerned, movie beats the show tenfold. I'm sorry about that, bro. I just gotta keep it real with you. I respect your opinion, Rockstar. I respect your opinion on that, but I gotta keep it real with you, man. I gotta keep it real with you. The film versus the show, sorry. Yeah, come on. Yeah, right? 21 people on this video. You tell me we can't get 20 likes, eh? Ain't that crazy? Hey, Puerto Rican Gamer, what is going on, bro? Rockstar said, you said you're on crack? I hear you, man. Don't do that, though. Hey, that ain't good for you. Come on, bro. 20 people. Can we get 29 people? Can we get 20 likes, guys? I believe in you. We can do this. All right? We can do this. Let's see. How much likes we got now? Awesome. 23 likes. Great. Let us begin to talk about this film. Okay, we reached it. I see it. All righty. Great. So let us talk about this film. Basic recap on a lot of things about the film, man. Watching the film over a second time definitely really had an experience. And by now, if you guys, for those of you guys who are watching this after I'm doing this live, as you can guess, as you can see by the title, it is a spoilers review. So before I get into this review, guys, make sure if you have not seen the film as yet, please exit this video, go check out my spoiler-free review. When you see the movie, come back and watch this one, and then we can, get into all that kind of stuff. I don't want to ruin the movie for you guys out there, because there's a lot of things to spoil in this film that are very, 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 very spoilery. So I do not want to be the person to ruin that for you. Okay, so make sure if you haven't seen the movie, please click off. Even though you're trying to support, I understand. Please click off, watch the movie, and come back and enjoy the spoiler discussion. If you've seen the movie already, take your seat. Okay, great. So after watching the movie again a second time, it really was a lot better compared to the first one. The first time I saw it in 4DX, as you heard me say if you watched the spoiler-free review. I was excited just being there the first time, and my experience being there, I was just freaking out. I was just jumping all over the place. I was gallivanting. Because it was just an experience. Like, I've been waiting months for this film to drop. I was waiting serious months for this film to drop, and then when it finally dropped and it got to me, I was like, yes, it's here. So I didn't really focus on too many key elements that were going on, especially the whole things with like Themyscira locations, some of their wardrobe. Those are things I didn't really focus on the first time watching the film. But after seeing it again, I got to sit down, because all the hype is gone. All the hype is now, it's still there, but it's just minimized. And I sat down and I looked at certain pieces and I picked them out, certain things I can pick out from it, and I enjoyed it 10 times more. I was recently listening to the soundtrack. This entire time, listening to the soundtrack over and over and over and over and over again through the entire weekend. And from listening to the soundtrack, getting to know some of the songs, going back into the movie a second time really got me to that spot. And I realized I found myself crying at certain scenes, not because I was sad, but I was crying because the action sequences really had me hyped. Like, it had me seriously hyped. It was so beautifully shot. I mean, the way how Patty Jenkins did this entire film, like, I can't be any more satisfied with what has been going on with the film, as far as the way how it was directed and certain scenes that were, the way it was shot. Everything was just so beautiful. One of the things that really got me, and I'm going to try to go from the beginning of the movie to the end and just talk about certain things, because since I'm doing this live, I have the liberty now. I can actually just talk about it, as opposed to having it like 10 minutes long, like a 10-minute video or something like that. But one of the things I really loved from the beginning of the film was seeing the Amazons fight, and the soundtrack that plays Amazons of Themyscira was playing in the front, and that was just, every time I see it just gets me every time. Just that fight sequence in the beginning, and seeing little Diana walking up, and she's doing a little ding, and she's this, and she's trying to fight like them, like that made the experience a whole lot better, watching, getting to see more of like her world, in a sense, where she comes from, things about her life that we would have never seen. There's like animated adaptations of her, throughout the years, but just being there and just seeing all this, it just makes all the difference. And that song that they made, man, the composer for this entire film, for the soundtrack, did a splendid job just linking everything together. So I really liked how a lot of those scenes were done with the Amazons. And one of the things I liked too was they kept to the diversity of the Amazons. Now, I'll tell you this. In the original comics, before Linda Carter even stepped on the scene, so before that show even stepped on the scene, the Amazons from the original comics were drawn with they were all different colors. They were like shining people. They had black Amazons, they had Asian Amazons, they had yellow, red, like actual red, like the color red Amazons. They had Amazons of all weird colors, like actual colors. in these things. So like that's like extreme diversity. But I liked, because in Linda Carter, when you go to that and you watch that show, and you watch the show over again, all you see, because think of the time it came out to, all you saw was Caucasian, brunette and blonde hair in the beginning of the first episode. That's all you saw, and that wasn't really necessarily keeping up to what was in the comics, because in the comics, before Linda Carter stepped on the scene, they were all types of colors. They were like literally all types of colors and shapes and sizes and everything like that in the original comic books. So to see this movie go back to that, and they have different Amazons. They have the really big ones. You saw that really big black girl that was standing on a little throne there fighting everyone else. Fighting everyone was just ridiculous. I mean, it was great that you get to see that. And speaking of the Amazons, when you're talking about, I talked a little bit about this in the spoiler-free review, was the way how they spoke. I loved it. It wasn't this accent where like, we are the Amazons of this, and we all have this British accent for no reason. We're just talking like we're from England and we're not from there, and we are the Amazons, and we're from Themyscira, and we're sent to protect the world and to destroy all man and to protect violence from happening, and we're here to destroy Ares and the destruction of the world and all of this. And you know how all ancient people, when they depict them in movies, sort of have this accent, and it's completely unnecessary. You don't need that. Anyway, like, it's not culturally accurate. And when you're talking about, let me stop talking about like that. But when you're talking about the Amazons now, they're exactly how they talk is not really specified, because they're from like a different part of the world altogether. So I mean, you know, different creators are at liberty to mess around with the accent, mess around with how they, mess around with how they speak. They can do that. They can obviously do that. It's not a big thing. And guys, I'm not sorry. I just saw this one comment, which I'm not going to be reading comments yet. I just want to finish getting my main thoughts out of the way, then we can talk about this all together. But like I said, I touched on this a little bit. And guys, forgive me. The reason you see me keep pressing this, the focus ring, is because like after a certain time, the camera cuts off, because it's actually not recording anything. It's just being captured. Anyways, yeah, that's why. But I loved that the Amazons had a similar accent to Gal Gadot. So Gal Gadot is from Israel. She's an Israeli actress who has she speaks in her natural tongue in the film. And I love that all the other Amazons had a very similar accent, which really, because to me, I was thinking, because, you were hearing this, and most people, if you watch Wonder Woman for years, like I said, Linda Carter, if you grew up watching that, or if you watched it recently in the animated movies and the TV shows and stuff like that, you're used to Wonder Woman having this voice like, I am Diana Prince, daughter of Hippolyta. I am here to save the world, and I'm this, and oh, Father, I'm here to save you. Like, you're used to her having that voice, and even in the Injustice 2 game, she has this kind of, I wouldn't really describe it as an American accent, but more, it's something weird, but it's kind of has a based American tone to it. But so we're used to hearing that, and then when we hear Gal Gadot speak, most people were at first like, okay, well, I don't know if this is how she sounds. Like, literally, people, I don't know if this is how she sounds. I don't know if this is the best representation of her. I don't know if this is what they really need to do. Like, I don't really agree with that. Blah, 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 blah. But as time went on, and you see the other Amazons interact and everything just starts to really, flow together in a natural way. And it makes it seem as if, you get used to it. Even Hippolyta, when she spoke, she had that accent as well. And of course, all the other Amazons, they had that accent. So I love that they tackled that. But everything from that one scene in the beginning with, them, or that one section of the beginning of the film where they were on Themyscira, the way that they designed Themyscira, oh my gosh, man. The way how they designed Themyscira, It was just so beautiful. And if you watch any of my older reactions, you would see that I was really hyped for that, because it brought a sense of freshness to the DCEU. Because if you look at the color palette from Man of Steel, I almost said Man of Steel, or Man of Steel, Man of Steel, which I have on Blu-ray, one of my favorite films of the DCEU. I love it. If you look at the color palette for that film, you're gonna be seeing a whole bunch of muted grays and a lot of desaturated things. Even Superman's suit was somewhat desaturated in a little way. If you watch Man of Steel, you can literally go back and watch it. You know, a lot of things were desaturated and just gray, muted grays. Nothing really stood out. I would say the main part of Man of Steel that really stood out as far as color grading and color palette and everything is concerned is the opening scene of Man of Steel, where how did I forget Superman's father's name? I forgot his name. There's Zor-El, and then there's, whatever. I keep forgetting his name. His father. But that beginning scene, there where they no, it was really bothering me, because how could I forget Superman's father's name? How the heck could I forget his name? Brain fart. All right. Anyway, I think I said it. Zor-El, right? Zor-El. Anyway, yeah, I think that's his name. I forget his name. Zor-El, and then of course General Zod, blah 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 blah, Laura, all of them. I think I got it. Okay. So anyway, that main scene in the beginning of Man of Steel probably was the only part of that film that was really saturated in color, and visuals were popping, and it was just like that opening scene on Krypton when they were there. I would say that's probably the only part of Man of Steel that was like really popping and pleasing to the eye to look at. So I would say there. But then when you got to, if you go back to Batman versus Superman, that's when the colors started to pop up a little bit more. Superman's blues started to be a little bit more blue. Certain scenes started to look like an actual comic book film. DC made that mistake in Man of Steel that Marvel made in Captain America Civil War. Muted colors. But anyways, I'm saying all that to say Wonder Woman, like I said, breath of fresh air as far as coloring, all that great stuff. It was a great looking film. It just looked amazing. Looked really, really good. The wardrobe, everything was just perfect. I love the fact that Gal Gadot did a lot of her own action sequences, because when they were fighting, and she was fighting Antiope, and that's what I'm going to get to as well. Antiope was actually, I would say, watching it a second time, I loved her so much, man. Antiope, who played her? I forgot her name too. But she was just great to see on screen. Honestly speaking, really, really great to see on screen. Just was watching it again. All those that action sequence on the beach, man, with her with the 3 arrows. Whoo! That was beautiful. It was well done. It was really well done. That's what I'm saying. That whole scene, and Antiope, she's running in on the horse and she's smiling, and when she steps into place, stuff is about to go down. So I really enjoyed Antiope so much. I would say one of my favorite characters without a doubt, man. But that whole scene on the beach, all that fighting was just great. I loved it so much, man. And then I like the way how they introduce Diana, discovering her powers slowly. We first see it where she gets herself bandaged, and then there's a cut on her, and it was healed. And you hear the Amazon say, "Oh, that's strange." I just love that. It was amazing. Just to see how they were just introducing a lot of her powers and her abilities and things slowly. And then, the big accident where she's fighting Antiope and she puts her gauntlets up, and, power from Zeus. Her gauntlets actually in the comics are made from Zeus himself, piece of his metal. A lot of armor she wears in the comics is made from Zeus. So the way how they just introduced it slowly, the innocence, the naive stuff, the way Gal Gadot really just did her role, which is perfect, man. And then we go on to, and especially with her climbing the side of the building to go steal the God Killer, which she didn't know was her. when she's just sticking her hands in the concrete and just using and climbing it up. That was just beautiful. All the leaping, it was just amazing. Just the way how it was executed was just done so well, introducing her powers in slowly, which is just done well. Moving on from that scene too, the way how I would say Chris Pine, a lot of his jokes were so funny. You know, one of the jokes that actually, one of the scenes that really got me to was when they were on the boat and they're talking, and he's like, she's like, "Can you sleep next to me?" And he was like, "We don't sleep." She's like, "You don't sleep with men. You don't sleep with women." And then you know, that whole joke there was just the way how they brought it over, how it was just done with such innocence, and just like, to her, she's just like, "I don't see any issue. Why can't you sleep next to me?" And he's like, you know, he's thinking something else and she's thinking something else. So that whole thing was just really funny. Like I said, how that was all done. A lot of people would say that it was really an awkward moment, and it kind of was an awkward moment, but that's what made it great though. The fact that it was awkward is what made it great to me, in my opinion. You know, it's like a situation, you know, it's like you meet someone who's not even thinking like that, and to her, she's just like, "I don't see why you can't sleep next to me. What's the big deal? You know, you're just a person. Why can't you sleep next to me?" And he's, you know, so the way how those jokes were just hidden, I mean, the whole tone of the film with all those jokes, which is great, man, to be honest with you. Hold on, let me see. I'm actually gonna take a break to read comments here. I know that you said he was flying in the trailers, but is she truly flying at the end of the film? We'll talk about that. Zenith Slayer, yeah, you just talked about it. Yeah. Forever Leap mode. I don't know. We'll talk about that. Yes. Welcome to Jolly Old London. It's hideous. Yeah, it's not for everyone. I mean, I love the way how, like I said, how those jokes were executed. It was literally executed in a way that made sense. It wasn't forced, and that's one of the things I loved about the jokes. It wasn't forced in any type of way. So it was just a great experience. Now, when you're talking about pacing, now there was at least one or two scenes or a couple of scenes where the pacing was just a little bit too slow. Just a little bit tad bit slow. Reading one more comment. Hey dude, isn't it weird that extreme Amazon warriors get wrecked by some amateur German soldier? It's not weird. You know why? Because they have guns. They don't. Now, if you look at history, when it comes to colonization and those kind of stuff like that, in history, the Africans and a lot of African tribes, even to this day, are really trained. They know how to fight. They're hunters. You know, they're warriors. And a lot of African tribes, a lot of Native American tribes. The main reason why the British and a lot of European countries won and was able to colonize a lot of these countries is because they had firepower. When you have guns, it's sad to say, but when you have guns, you have a lot of control over people, and that's exactly what happened in this Wonder Woman film. You know, yes, they have arrows, and it's a little joke too, or not really a joke, a question that Chris Pine asked in that one scene. He was like, "They have guns, right?" He was asking, he's like, "They're coming up with these arrows. They got guys chasing me with guns. A bullet is going to reach you faster than an arrow will." Just depends on what type of arrow. If you're talking about, you know, those old school arrows and stuff, a bullet will reach you faster. So I don't think it's pathetic that the Amazons lost to a man holding a gun. A man is holding a gun. They have arrows, and when it comes to, and you do notice that when they got into close combat situations, when they were fighting the people with the guns, they were wrecking them. The Amazons were wrecking those guys. The minute they put those guns down, it was over. But as you saw for Antiope, those guns didn't mean nothing. The only reason she got shot is because she made herself get shot. Other than that, she wasn't going to get shot because she's just so great. They fought amazing. That shot where she got the arrows, jumped and took down 3 enemies. Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, the only reason Antiope got shot was because she allowed herself to get shot. She took a bullet. But other than that, she was just curving all those bullets. She was just dodging and moving away from all those things that was happening. So, I mean, Anyway, that's with that question. But everything, it's just great. I'm going all over the place now, and I'm going all over where I actually, the whole pacing I had for this. I'm going all over the place now. But then we move on to when they actually get to England, and the whole thing with the jolly old England thing. And I liked how, and this I say, you guys need to watch the first episode of Wonder Woman by Linda Carter. Not by Linda Carter, starring Linda Carter. You guys got to go watch that first episode. And if you haven't seen it, please go watch that episode, please. Because the movie actually took a lot of inspiration from that show and the comics and the animated movies combined, and they really combined a lot of those shows and stuff into this movie, which is I really loved. In the first episode of, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but something in my mouth. Ugh. Yeah, something in my mouth. Anyway, sorry. The first thing, when she got to England and she's walking on the street and she's like, oh, look at a little baby, look at this, and why are they holding hands? And it's just Gal Gadot, like I said, Gal Gadot really displayed the way the naive kind of way of thinking and just innocence. That's what I liked about. That's one of the things I love about Wonder Woman's origin stories. She's so fierce and she's willing to kill someone for the sake of the world or the country or whoever she's defending, but she's so innocent. You know what I mean? She's just so innocent at first, her origin, and then as she gets older and she understands how the world works, a little bit different. Excuse me, but yeah. The whole thing, everything was just great. And then meeting Etta Candy, the meeting Etta, I forgot, I don't know the lady who played her. But Etta was such a great character to begin with. Etta was such a great character. The comedy, the jokes, and the whole joke where she was like, when she meets Wonder Woman and she's like, what do you do? What's a secretary? She's like, oh, I do this, I carry out this, I do this for him, or whatever. And then she's like, where I come from, that's called slavery. Oh man, that joke was hilarious. That joke, I would laugh at that every time because it was funny. And then she was like, I like her. I like her. She's awesome. But Etta was such a great character. I wish she had more screen time. I wish Etta had a lot more screen time. But the scenes that she was in, though, it was appropriate. It wasn't overdone. It was done fine. Her putting the clothes on, the whole outfit. And then her just trying to stretch it. And she's like, how do women fight in these? And it was just so perfect. It was just, I love that scene, man. That whole sequence there was amazing. And then, her trying on the clothes. And then she finally gets that trench coat thing and the hat. That's very similar to the the original comic undercover look that she had in a lot of iterations of that character. So it was amazing, her testing the pants out, and then it rips, and then it does this, she's squatting, and then she's walking out because she's ready to fight. She's like, okay, to the war. I just loved her attitude and her whole approach in this, to the war, let's go to the war. She's walking out down the stairs with the sword in her hand and the shield in her hand, and she's ready to go, and she's going, and she's ready to get this thing done. I mean, the way, like I said, the way how Gal Gadot did it was just amazing, man. Honestly, really speaking. Take a little break here to read a comment, see what's going on here. First, fish out of water acting was good. Yeah, acting was very good for her. A lot of people don't know that she actually acted on a Fast and the Furious. If you guys haven't seen this, Dylan, I love hey, my boy Dylan. I love the contrast and the color between the scenes on Themyscira and in London. Oh yes, oh man, that's one of the things I talked about in my many reactions I've done in the real world. Diana's the only one in bright primary. Yep, that's exactly what's happening there. She's walking, and that's what I said, the color grading for Themyscira, it shows the Paradise Island, the beauty, the architecture, the set, the whole set for Themyscira was beautiful. Hands down beautiful. The way the designers did a great job. The coloring, I love the whole fog kind of color palette thing going. It's just amazing. And then like my friend Dylan said, going into London, you see the dark gray tone, all the steam engines, all the smoke, all the pollution. You see it, and you feel it. Not only do you see it, but you really feel the difference between Paradise Island and then anywhere else, London, anywhere else. And then, like he said too, her when she's walking and you see her suit and you see her costume, we're gonna get to No Man's Land in a second, but you see her suit, everything, it's just contrasty and poppy, and it's like you said, and everything else is monotone and dull and gray. They did a great job of doing that. But anyway, moving from that scene into the next, the alley fight. Now, that was great too. Introducing little teamwork stuff going on with Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman. They're having a little alley fight and they're doing their thing, and then she's fighting with the gauntlets and she's doing her thing. And then every time I see that lasso being used, and this is something I forgot to talk about earlier too, was when Chris Pine's character, Steve Trevor, was being wrapped around with that lasso. And, and he's trying to resist, and he's like, I'm a spy. I'm a spy. I'm a spy. Like, I love the way how they incorporated the lasso of truth, the colors, the glow was just great. That's one. A lot of people were just really worried. I mean, in the show, in the movies, the animated stuff, you can kind of really get away with a lot of things, but in the way how they did it in the movie, they made that rope, the glow on the rope, was just so pleasing. Look, like I just wanted to go into the screen and just grab the rope and just play around with that rope, because the rope just looked amazing, and I like the way how it was just amazing, man. Honestly, really speaking, the lasso was amazing. And the way how she used the lasso in the fight too, and that's another thing too I forgot to talk about too, when they were training in the beginning, the opening scene, she's training with a rope. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the Amazons know how to use that rope, know how to use the lasso if they need to do that. But I mean, it was great, man. It was great. Just the way she using it, and the scene in the alley with her fighting with it, and the way how it just looks, she's wrapping it. Beautiful, hands down, beautiful. So I just loved that whole thing. And one of the things I loved, too. I'm skipping around the place. I'm not gonna go to every single scene, because there's certain things that you can talk about, not talk about too. The supporting characters are really great too. I forgot the Arabian type guy. I had a hard time identifying exactly what culture or what race or what ethnic background or where their nationality this guy is from. But the guy who was very infatuated with Wonder Woman in the beginning, that was like, I just want a picture of you. I just want a picture of you right now. I just want to have a picture of you. Like that guy, I keep forgetting. I had a hard time identifying exactly what he is. But he was such a great character. I mean, like I said, the diversity in this movie with race was just amazing. You had the Native American guy in there. You had the chief. You had the Irish guy who was drinking the rum and all the stuff in the bar. My Irish accent is horrible. I haven't worked on it, but I can practice. I can practice it. I get it on and off. It depends. Cringe. Anyways, so that guy was cool. And like I said, the chief was cool as well. I feel like I'm forgetting a character, and I'm really not. Of course, Chris Pine, of course, and then all of that. But I mean, like I said, seeing these different characters, the supporting characters were very, very good. They added to the comedy, they added to the thing, and I felt like you were watching a really good developed team. It was a really good developed team, I would say the least. It wasn't too, it was just pleasing. It was just really, really good, this entire team. So I love the supporting characters, and the supporting cast did a great job of helping to carry the film all the way together. Now, we're going to skip through, I'm trying to just rethink of all those scenes in my head. Hold on. I'm trying to rethink. Let me read a comment here. If the Amazons had fast reflexes to bullets, they wouldn't have gotten wrecked so bad. The reason why they don't have fast reflexes is because they're not demigods. The Amazons are pretty much just like regular humans, except that they were born for only one purpose, and that's for war and for being able to defend and protect and be warriors. That's the only reason they were created, even in the comics. So, they don't really have any special abilities. As long as they remain on Themyscira, they will be immortal. But they can die like any other person. That's why you saw the Amazon got shot and she died. Because they can die like any other person. They can die like any other regular person. It's just that they, as long as they stay on Themyscira, I would say the Amazons are at peak human ability when it comes to strength and agility, speed. They're at the peak level a human can possibly be. So that's why a lot of them are very strong. They're very good, skilled in every way. That's good about them. The difference between them and Wonder Woman's a demigod. And in the comics, she's a demigod. Some they make her a goddess, a new goddess. It just depends on what iteration. But most versions of her, she's just a a demigod. But anyways, so moving on from one scene, I'm trying to figure out what scene I haven't talked about yet. And if I forget anything, we'll talk about it after I just get my main thoughts out the way. So we're gonna skip to No Man's Land. Now, No Man's Land. When the music hits you and it builds up and she walks and she takes that coat off and she starts walking down the middle of No Man's Land and she just zoom and she's going, she's going through and hey, we got a subscriber. I just missed that, the alert box. Alfredo Wither or something. I just forgot my alert box. I haven't had it up. We got a subscriber. I just realized I didn't move it on top of the thing. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know if you are watching the video, but if you are watching this live stream, thank you so much for that. I totally just missed the fact that we had the alert box. How did I forget that? Hold on, let me fix that real quick. Let me make sure I fix that. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me try to fix that thing. Someone just subscribed and I realized my alert box wasn't on top of the thing. I saw it. I was able to catch the screen real quick. Yeah, Alfredo. Okay, I fixed it now. Okay, we're back. We're back on track. I don't know if Alfredo is watching this video or not, but thank you for subscribing if this person is watching this video right now, currently. Excuse me. But No Man's Land, bro. Her walking through, boom, 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 blocking the bullets, running, takes out the shield. The mortar comes, bang, knocks the mortar down. Oh, it was such a beautiful scene, bro. It's such a beautiful scene. And then her standing there and taking all the bullets, coming, the music in the back playing, and then they do a rendition of Is She With You? And it's just, man, it's just the whole feelings behind that No Man's Land, bro. Oh man, just pure epicness. And then her walking in and her just doing the little leaps from trench to trench and fighting. Every time I've seen it so far, I remember just watching, just tears just flowing down my face with excitement and happiness, the way how it was done. Man, No Man's Land was just such a great scene. It's such an unforgettable scene because it's like it's like you're watching this, you're like, wow. As you're watching this, you're just, wow. Cinematography during that scene was just pure greatness. And then they get to the city of Veld. And that's when things start getting crazier. So she's fighting, and then the whole scene with her fighting the people upstairs in the ROM, running, taking the fire in, going up and fighting, showing more of her melee stuff, putting down the shield, going down and fighting, and just, doing her thing. She's going in like, oh man, it was just beautiful to see all that. The slow-mo shots that they were doing there was just amazing. And then the one scene where I think she drops her shield and her sword, I think gets dropped out of her hand, and then she's fighting in the main city with the lasso, and she's just fighting with the lasso, and she's like, boom, grabbing people, pulling them up and punching them. The hype, bro. The hype. The hype, man. The hype. And I mean, the hype there was just, I was crying there. And then I remember the one scene, the guy was shooting out the tank, and then she just goes up and shoulder bumps the tank. It's like, boom. And she lifts the tank up and throws it over. Man, beautiful. Beautiful. You can't ask for anything so much best, man. When she grabbed that tank out and she just shoulder bumped that tank and she just pulled it up over her head and just amazing. I loved every second of that. And of course, the scene where they do the whole shield thing from the beginning of the film, where they do the whole thing where Antiope was like, shield, and they take a piece of that door, and she, you know, they jumped off and did the whole shield thing from the beginning of the film, and she just goes into the church and just boom, knocks the church over. Man, that is how you do stuff. That is how you do it. I mean, that was amazing. Her just standing at the top of the church, just looking down at the village, celebrating, and just amazing scene. So we're just gonna skip to a couple of stuff. I'm not gonna talk about every single thing. Main thing to talk about, I see we're at 45-minute mark. I don't want this video to be this live stream to be too long, because I don't want anybody to be turned off from watching this video later. But let's talk about Ares. We're just skipping straight to Ares, getting straight to that. The whole time you were watching the film, we thought Ludendorff was Ares, bro. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Someone said LOL. I don't want them to watch. Yeah, I don't want them to watch this video. When the video is posted later, they're like, oh, this video's an hour. No, I don't want to watch this. It's too long. But yeah, the whole thing. We all thought Ludendorff was Ares and him sucking in the smells, and you know, I was convinced it was him. I was like, okay, this is Ludendorff. We already know who the villain is. Leading up to this movie, the trailer and everything, the trailers and everything, leading up to everything, we would say, okay, yeah, Ludendorff, he's gonna be Ares. The only thing we haven't seen was how he looked, you know, the full armor. And I said this in every reaction video, and I keep saying it now. The way how Warner Brothers and DC and Patty Jenkins and the whole marketing team decided to say, you know what, we messed up with Batman versus Superman. We messed up on the marketing. We saved our big gun, you know, and our biggest surprise, and throw it in the trailer. We're done. We can't afford to do this with Wonder Woman. We can't afford to do this with any movie coming up. All right, we can't afford to do that. Someone said Nigel Thornberry. I think that's the guy's name. I've seen him in a lot of movies. He was actually the guy who plays Ludendorff. Is actually, he's actually from X-Men Origins Wolverine. He also played like the Doctor from X-Men Origins Wolverine. If you haven't seen it, if you've seen it already, you should know who it is. But what was I saying? That's why I don't read the comments, because I get confused with what I was saying. I got off track. What was I trying to say? I got off track. Okay, yes. The way how Marvel, the way how Warner Brothers and DC and everyone marketed the film, we all thought it was him. We all thought it was him. That was Ares, but we didn't know it was Sir, whatever his name is. I keep forgetting his name. David Thewlis's character. It was a total side wing, like a total a surprise, to the whole twist. And I remember watching it for the first time, and I was sitting in the theater. I was like, because when Wonder Woman thought she killed Ares, and I was like, no, it's like, there's no way this scene is done. I was like, there's no way this movie's done. It can't be done like that. It's like, it can't just be done like that. There's no way that it's finished. And then you just see David Thewlis's character in that room, and he's talking, and then, you know, that's it. Actually, my friend Dylan, he sent me a picture on Instagram, and a lot of people, you guys probably already seen this. Let me see if I can actually go on Instagram and pull up that picture, because I want you guys to see it if you haven't seen it yet. The thing is funny, bro. Since this is a spoiler discussion, let me log in and see if I can pull up that picture, bro. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought that the German guy was Ares. I really did. I really thought he was. If I'm just being honest with you, a lot of people did. I mean, a lot of people who, you know, a lot of my friends did. A lot of people in the theaters actually thought that it was him. Hold on, I'm logging into my Instagram so I can get that picture he sent me. Yeah, KBMXD. We're gonna talk about the leaping, flying thing. We're gonna talk about it. Don't worry about it. Trying to log. Matthew, come on, man. Trying to log into my Instagram. If I don't log in, really, it's not working. Wow. For some reason, I can't log in. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, man. I'm trying to log in. Yeah, Dylan, I really want to pull up that picture, bro. I really want to pull up that picture. I just want to log into my thing, man. What the heck? All right, forgot password. Yeah, you guys bear with me, man. How the heck I forget my password? I don't know how on earth I forgot my password, man. I really want you guys to see that picture. you guys gotta see that picture, man. I'm laughing thinking about it right now. Hey, Max Santaz just subscribed. Thank you for that subscription. I don't know if you're watching this video right now, but thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let me, hold on, man. What do you mean my email address doesn't have it? Yeah, bro. This thing's telling me I can't log in. This don't make no sense. Did I get logged out of? What the actual heck, bro? I can't log in. That's weird. Oh, well. There goes that. I promise you, yo. What? All right, I can't get in, man. I don't know. Dylan, I don't even know. Dylan, do you think you could actually email me that picture? Like screenshot and email me that picture so I can show these beautiful people what it is? I don't know, man. For some reason it's not pulling up. I don't know why it's not pulling up. But anyways, it is what it is. But anyways, back to the whole thing with him. When we saw David Thewlis, man, come in and seeing him as Ares, yo, whoa. The hype for me, the buildup was just, I was just sitting there like, with my mouth open. My mouth was just open. I'm like, I was super shocked, man. I was super shocked. I did not see that twist coming. I had a Quicksilver moment from Marvel. Did not see that coming. I had that moment because I really truly did not see that coming. Dylan said you're on it. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I didn't see that coming, man. I did not see that coming in any way, shape, or form. But I think David Thewlis did a great job. I wanted to see more, even though that Ares and Wonder Woman fight at the end was just spectacular, and I was geeking the mess out. I wanted to see more of it. I wanted to see more of Ares do his thing. I really wanted to see more of that brutal Ares that I know from like the animated movies and the comics and everything. What's up, Kato? I wanted to see all of that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get that, but I wanted to see it. But I mean, it wasn't like really detrimental, and that I didn't see more of it. I just me personally just wanted to see more. That's all it is. Whoa, I just did something weird on my computer. Yeah, I just wanted to see more with that. I kind of wish the actor had changed because he looked a little out of place in that giant suit. I mean, that's where imagination comes into play. You know what I mean? Like, with the imagination, you could just kind of say, okay, maybe he's really ripped underneath. He just has an older look. Maybe he's really ripped. You just pass it down to that. Keep in mind, these gods are not really supposed to be young-looking people. They're not really supposed to be these young, vivacious people, except if you're talking about like, Aphrodite and some of those Greek gods, or goddesses. If you're talking about like Aphrodite and those people, it could have been that. Someone said the Ares reveal could have definitely been a lot better. But I did, Gal Gadot's acting was great. The Ares reveal, like I said, yeah, it could have been a lot better. It could have been, a lot better. But for what it was still surprising for me, and I really enjoyed it myself watching it. I mean, I just wanted more of the fight. That's all it is. I just wanted more. But other than that, I was pretty satisfied with it. I mean, and then, I mean, the way like I said, I just wanted more of a fight in there. Still a great movie. And then the way how after Steve Trevor dies, so when he dies, I mean, I knew he was gonna die either way. It's just because Batman versus Superman is years after World War II, so of course he's gonna die at some point. He's gonna die. But when he died, it was just like, whoa, wow, Wonder Woman's first love, wow, just gone like that. So when it happened, it just hit me. It kind of just hit me. Well, I was like, I knew it was gonna happen either way. But then after he died, she just got like super pepped up. She, like, her true self started to come out. She was just wrecking people. That one scene of her just going through, just knocking people, sliding on the ground, throwing bodies, just dropping bodies, literally. Like, that scene was just amazing. As I said, all the action shots in this movie was just so enjoyable. Was not disappointed with them. Okay, Dylan, you emailed it. Great. Let me check my email right now, because my phone kind of died, so I gotta check my email. I gotta show y'all this picture, yo. I gotta show y'all this meme, man. This meme is mad funny. Oh, I got a TV. Okay, yeah. Okay, I got. Oh, good. All right, I got the picture. Hold on, let me pull it up so you guys can see. Oh, bro, this picture is mad funny, yo. This meme, after I saw this meme and I went back to the theater, it made the jokes so much more funny. Oh, God, you guys look at this, bruh. Big screen. Tell me it wasn't that. Tell me it wasn't this, bro. Oh my God. Oh man, bro. Oh man, yo, when I saw this meme, when Dylan texted me this on Instagram, when he texted me this picture, bro, I was rolling my butt off, son. I was rolling my butt off, son. And then when I went back to the theater, today, and I was watching the movie. Oh yeah, that's all I can think about, bro. That's all I can think about was this meme, son. Yo, son, after I saw this meme, bro, son, I was dying, son. Smashing. Oh my. Look at it. Look at this. Okay. Oh my God, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh man, said I'm crying, bro. Oh gosh, bro. Anyways, man. Smashing. I don't know, bro. Man, y'all stop talking about Gotham and Flash. Like, y'all see the title of the video. Anyways, man. Anyways, yeah. Back to the review, bro. I just want to keep it. I'm gonna keep this up. Just because it's funny. Where Ares took his helmet off. That thing is so funny, bro. Anyways, man. I mean, yes, the fight scene, I just saw a comment. Yeah, the fight scene at the end, I wish it did end a little bit better. But hey, man, it wasn't. They had to find a way to end it, and I think the way how they ended it was, it could suffice. I mean, you could be picky about it and all that stuff, but other than that, I mean, I was pretty okay with it. Man. But I don't know if I missed anything in particular I'm going to talk about. So now I'm going to open to reading the comments and talking about some stuff with you guys if you guys want to talk about that, some other stuff. Get some of this music back up. Yeah, anything you guys want to talk about. I know some you guys want to talk about anything in particular. Wonder Woman smashed Dr. Poison. Okay, so did Wonder Woman smash Dr. Poison over the head? Or no, she did not. She did not. She put the she actually Dr. Poison ran away. So like after she was holding it up, Dr. Poison just ran away, and then she just dropped the tank down. So she didn't kill her. I knew she wasn't gonna do it, of course, but hey.
Musicians, if you want to get your music heard and sold.
You got here's advertisements. Anybody want to hear that? It moved to a weird camera. It did. Yes, it did. It did. But hey, there's certain scenes like the way how they did it. You know, it could only end a certain way. You know what I mean? And the way how they end a lot of things was, you know, that. Oh, they're trying to advertise because I'm playing this from SoundCloud. So I wonder if it was playing the entire time in the back. Anything else you guys wanted to talk about in the movie in particular? Is she leaping or flying? That's the question. I had a hard time of really figuring that out. To me, but in my opinion, if you can hover, you can fly. You know what I'm saying? That scene after she killed Ares, she was, you know, hovering down, coming down very slowly. To me, I think if you can hover, you can fly. That's my opinion. I think we'll get an answer to that in Justice League, or I just don't think that the writers are making that like a priority as far as really making her fly or leap. At the end, it could really be two things. It could be a leap, or it could be her flying. Because normally, if someone's flying, they're not flying like that. It could really be a long leap, like you said, or just, you know, her flying. I really don't know. I can't really give you an answer to that. And I was really paying attention to that one scene. I couldn't really figure that. I couldn't really figure it out, if I'm being quite honest with you. Looked like she was falling really slow. I wouldn't say that. No one falls like that. You know what I'm saying? Her arms are literally out like that, and she was coming down and everything. I thought it looked like it was in real time to me. So if she was gliding, I think she can fly, you know? Wonder Woman is one of the best comic book movies of this year. Yes, I do agree with you, Dylan Schaefer. I do agree with you, man. I will say it's definitely going to be one of the best this entire year. It may beat Spider-Man Homecoming. It just might. It really just might. If I'm just being honest with you, it just might beat Spider-Man Homecoming because it's going to be competing against that film for summer film. I just think it might. Dylan Barrick, would you have liked it better if the film took place in World War II? That way Wonder Woman could have visited Steve in a retirement home instead of him straight up dying. The way how you would have had that whole they would have been copying from Captain America though. Because remember, he was visiting Agent Carter. Because she was old and he was visiting her, so it kind of have like that Captain America vibe. I would not have liked if they did that. I would prefer that he died the way he did, because that way they keep it original, and they don't copy things. But if you remember from Captain America, he's visiting Agent Carter, so it's because she was still alive, just really old. So I would prefer. I like the way how they ended it. I think it was appropriate, So dude, I ever thought about playing Roblox? I played Roblox years ago when it first came out when I was a lot younger, but it's not really my speed. Not really my thing. Not really my thing. Her flying powers might be coming in slowly. Yep. Yeah. Definitely. I saw his death coming because why would they have build this character up and a relationship just to have a yeah, exactly. They built up this relationship pretty fast, but like when he says, I wish we had more time. And when he says, I wish we had more time together, the way how they developed their relationship was natural. It was real. It wasn't like, I mean, when he saw her, of course he was infatuated with her. You know, it's a beautiful woman standing in front of you. Of course, what are you going to say? You're going to be like, I'm going to wait till 3 years to find that she's attractive. No, he saw her and he was like, dang, Holmes. Like, that's what he was saying in his head, of course. But commercial again. Yeah. But the way how they developed it, you know, it was natural in a way where it made sense. You know, as weeks went on, as days went on, you know, you start to get closer, but you don't know each other that well, but all you know is that you like the other person. You just don't know them that well. And that's what I really love, that line when he said, I wish we had more time. That was such a great line when he said, I wish we had more time. He gives her the watch. You know, they didn't get to really know each other the best way they can. But they did. All they knew is that they loved each other. That's about it. You know, and sometimes you can't really explain that, you know, why you love someone. You just love them. You know? Maybe to design her to my thumbnails. Nah, I'm pretty good, bro. I kind of like to make my own thumbnails. Why could she breathe through the poison gas? Because she's a god. She's a demigod. You know, she's not affected by a lot of things that regular humans are. You know, she's very invulnerable and has a high tolerance to certain types of things, certain types of, you know, being poison, and other forms of any type of thing that can be deadly. She's really invulnerable to a lot of things, you know? All right, guys, so we just hit the 1 hour mark on this spoiler discussion, guys. I don't want this to be too long, and I don't see too many questions coming in at this moment right now, so I'm just going to end the stream right here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this spoiler discussion, this live spoiler discussion. And for those of you guys who are watching this after, if you skipped through this video to the end, I do appreciate you even clicking on the video. Of course, subscribe if you are a new, man. Like I said, you see the banner up there being posted. Subscribe if you're new. Also, you know, ring the notification bells. Add me on my social media. I can't stress this enough. The Twitter, please add me on that. Please. You know, posting updates and everything like that. Instagram, add me there. Snapchat, add me there. Please. Can't stress that enough, man. And also, you know, keep be on the lookout for a couple more Wonder Woman videos this week. I'm planning a collab with Jacqueline and Marcella sometime this week. I don't know when we're gonna do it, but we're planning a collab video, live stream collab, to say the least. I don't know what it's gonna be about yet, but expect a lot more Wonder Woman videos this week. I'm actually gonna be reading Wonder Woman Gods and Monsters, the comic book that came, so I'm gonna be doing a comic book review on Wonder Woman Gods and Monsters. I'm also gonna do a review to the animated Wonder Woman movie. So be on the lookout for this. I want this to be like a Wonder Woman week. So I'm expecting a lot more Wonder Woman videos this week. And of course, as usual, if any major trailers drop or anything like that, you know, I'll be all over it. Any major trailers. Other than that, we're outside and we're good to go, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this stream. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one, man. Thank you so much once again. Clockmaster out. Ow.